And we're up here in a nice, hot, unventilated attic on a 100-degree day. This doesn't stop us. We're steppers. One thing, we've got PEX plumbing that's going through the structure, which is pretty common for building practices today. So that's not an issue so long as it's done right. So long as it's done. Well, look at all that red up in there. That's not done right. We're missing insulation right there. Okay. And then the powers that be decided that it should be insulated to these unions, and we're missing our insulation there. We're missing our insulation there. All this needs to be taped up and made right. It just does. That's what it should be. Our water heater does not have a care and use manual. Okay, and this is an unventilated attic, so one of these is our intake and one of these is our exhaust. This is our model number, this is our data plate, but we do not have a care and use manual. Well, there's another model number, serial number. Just kind of save it like that. Can we read it? Alright. So coming down here, our pressure relief valve, we're not going to open that today because we can't see where it goes 100% of the way. We're not here to tear things up. Do no harm. Alright, the builder will be glad to demonstrate this to you. I don't know what it is, but they really like it. They like to demonstrate the pressure relief valves. They do. Now, according to the code, pressure relief valve should have an air gap in it in the same room as the water heater. Well, this is the same room as the water heater, and we do not have an air gap, but if we had an air gap, we could just run the pipe right into here and use the safety pan since we have one, which is really nice to have because a lot of times tankless water heaters, you find them without safety pans, and this one has a safety pan. And since we have a safety pan, we can take the pressure relief valve, bring it right into here, create our air gap. Create our air gap. We can do that. We can do that. And this other pipe right here, see that little pipe right there that comes in right there? That is your condensate drain line for your acidic condensation. That's why we can have plastic pipes. That's why we can have plastic pipes, is because we're capturing all the heat and putting it into the water. But you're paying for the heat, you're paying for the water, you should get both. And so those pipes do not get very hot, all right? They do exhaust. They need to exhaust, but they don't get very hot. So the byproduct of such condensation is that we have a condensate drain line right there, and once again, it's very acidic, and most manufacturers, I don't have the care and use manual, but you might want to find out from Navion. You might want to find out if they want a condensate neutralizing filter, a condensate neutralizing filter. That's what we kind of want to know. Inquiring minds want to know this for sure. Okay, so that's something to take into consideration. Right over here, this is your gas sediment trap, and so the impurities come down here, and I know it'll take forever. I mean, all I know, I'm a mockingbird. These are supposed to be removed once a year and clean. You turn the gas off, open that up, let any dust fall down, like you're going to find any, but you're supposed to let the dust fall down, put the cap back on. That's your annual service. This annual service is even more important. Not that that's not important. Okay, but this one right here, that's your screen. And this is a Porsche, okay, or a Lamborghini or something. This is not a little Ford Fiero. All right, you just drive the beater to work every day, feel like you got your money's worth out of it and keep on going. No, this is an expensive piece of equipment that's supposed to be maintained more than we would maintain. Yes, you're supposed to change the oil in the Ford Fiero. Okay, but this little screen right here gets changed once a year. We have these valves that you can isolate, your instructions that you don't have. Okay, your instructions will tell you how to clean this screen once a year. A plumber can do it. You can go on YouTube and find out how to do it without getting all wet and everything. So it's very inexpensive for a plumber to do it. It's less expensive for you to do it. And all you gotta do is get up in there and do it once a year. And this thing will last 15 years. I don't know how long it'll last. All right, no promises, no guarantees. But we're looking at a 15-year piece of equipment that's going to last about 5 years. What? Because you didn't do that once a year for 15 years? Or forget it and replace this thing in 5 years. It's your choice. It's your choice. That's all that has to happen. So what do we learn? Okay, we learned about maintenance. All right, we learned we don't have a carrying yeast manual. We learned that our primary does not have air gap in the same room as the water heater. We learned that our condensate is commingled with the drain line, and we learned that we do not have a neutralizing filter on our condensate drain line. Those are the things we learned.